Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another
Dun,
mukbang. Woo!
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, yeah. There's a lot going on. Today we've got WingStop's burgers. Here's what happened. I found out that WingStop has 12 flavors of their chicken sandwich burgers, and I wanted to get all 12, but then I realized I can't even have one. So I ordered 7 for everyone to eat in front of my face while I sniffed the stuff. It smells so good. It smells delicious. It smells delectable, and I can't eat any of it because I'm still healing from wisdom tooth removal. But we've got some corn that I also can't eat. We have some atomic chicken wings, Korean spicy chicken wings, the regular wings, and we have some fries, which are all I can pretty much eat for this entire video. You don't even understand. My life, this wisdom teeth removal, why does it feel like it's taking so long? Is it because I suddenly decided to just film videos right after I got them removed? I got my wisdom teeth removed recently. And almost immediately after, I had to get my butt on a plane and I had to come back to Atlanta on pain meds. It was wild, it was trippy, and the only thing keeping me sane the whole time was love and pies. I've talked about love and pies before on our pod, and I can't get enough of it. I'm telling you, if you wanna feel cozy, if you wanna lay in bed and feel like you just baked a fresh pie and feel super relaxed, love and pies. It's available to download for free on your phone or tablet. I low-key love playing on my iPad, and I end up looking like an iPad kid, and he always tells me I look like Sophie every time I play this game on my iPad, okay? But I love it, I don't even care. It's this wholesome, heartwarming Merge 2 game, but it's not that simple. I feel like that makes it sound simple, but it's not. There's a whole storyline to it, and you know I love a good storyline. That's like my kryptonite. Basically, you're Amelia, and you've got this old rundown family bakery that you need to renovate. So you gotta make these baked goods, you gotta make some money, and then you gotta renovate your place. You gotta serve your customers. Sometimes the customers are so needy. They're so annoying. And then you'll have these other people come in and they just I don't know, they all have their little shticks and they add to this mysteryness to the game. So you go through the process of uncovering dark family secrets. There's romance, there's grudges. It's often compared to like a telenovela vibe with a dash of cozy mystery, but it's also kind of cute, funny. So this is literally what I played for hours in bed after I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and then on the plane while I was super loopy on pain meds. It was a great time, honestly. Even before I had my wisdom teeth pulled, this was like my nightly ritual to play Love and Pies because it's just so freaking cozy. So make sure to download Love and Pies now with my link below. Use the link below. Download Love and Pies. And thank you for Love and Pies for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. Okay.
Wow.
Have fun, guys.
You're not
You just
really
gotta watch
nothing,
us?
huh?
I can't.
You can have some buns.
What am I gonna do with that?
Just eat it.
Just some dry buns?
Yeah.
Just some, okay,
Hey, but these
I'll
buns
try a
look
bun.
good,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay, then. So there are 7 flavors of chicken sandwich. I don't know what they are. Do you know what they
Yes,
are?
of course I know what they
okay.
are. Come on now. You think I just ordered like a mystery chicken sandwich box?
Okay.
Let me go on my little
Some of it looks
DoorDash.
better than others. I like the juicy ones.
Juicy
Okay,
one?
the juicy
I have to go
ones?
with this one.
Do you like the dry ones or juicy
I
ones?
like the juicy one.
But I thought you liked lemon pepper.
I do.
There's lemon pepper in there, right?
Oh, it's a dry one?
Yeah.
I like the juicy lemon pepper.
No, you know that's not juicy. It's just butter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, lemon pepper is just butter.
Wow.
Wow, thank you for this like chicken lecture. I
So
like
education.
it. So we have a couple different flavors. I just don't know which one is which. But we have their famous spicy Korean Q. I don't know what the Q is for. We also have a lemon pepper chicken sandwich, the meltdown, which I feel like sounds spicy, the hot honey rub, crunch time.
that sounds good
I'm
too.
assuming the crunch is maybe like a double fried.
All right, then
like
you
super crunch.
you go for it. Whatever.
Wait, there's atomic, super spicy, hickory smoked barbecue. Somewhere in here is
It's
atomic.
the atomic.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
got it.
So
So we're doing like Russian roulette.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is atomic. Hey, you should try this. Hey, try
I'll try it.
Alright, try it.
You think this is?
I think this one is honey barbecue.
Hey, is this
No, I
atomic?
think this one is honey barbecue.
I'm with-
This is lemon pepper. I can
Oh,
smell
you
the
can-
lemon pepper. You want to
then
try a bite of the
I'll
lemon
take this.
pepper? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
This one is spicy Korean. Is it atomic? Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's good? Bro, don't get me excited. I love
Oh
lemon
my
pepper.
I mean,
I love
This is-
lemon
tastes
pepper.
awful. It tastes awful.
Tastes awful.
No, he loves it, but I love lemon pepper. He's getting me jealous. Okay, and then here's... Wow, he keeps eating it, even though it's spicy.
It's so spicy.
So I'm gonna grab some cheesy fries. I'm sorry I'm taking all the cheese because I need them to be as soggy as possible.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do.
This is surprisingly really good.
Wait, then didn't you do like a wing challenge?
Yeah, but not. It wasn't Wingstop. Oh my god. Yeah, you should show them.
I'm smashing my fries into like
a
basically
mashed potato?
fried mashed potatoes.
Oh, this is really good.
Yeah. They didn't have any mashed potatoes.
It's so spicy.
Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
This is the spicy Korean. Try the spicy
okay, yeah.
Korean. It's not smashed enough, I tell you. Sorry, I'm gonna smash my cheese fries into baby food. You know what I was thinking? I was so hungry last night. I was daydreaming about blending food in a blender, like regular food.
No.
Yeah, like blending a burger.
Like baby food?
No, imagine blending this into a
Ew.
smoothie. Because I crave a lot of food right now.
That's good.
Did you end up doing it?
So good.
How good? So good?
So good.
So good. Let's try
So
this.
ask if Tiffany wants
Yes.
some.
Okay, we have Tiffany and Paul upstairs hanging out, so we're gonna see if they want some chicken burgers.
It kind of looks like mac and cheese.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hello.
Oh, I should get some mac and cheese.
What do you want?
You just swallowing it?
You're
Oh
welcome.
my god.
I'm like kind of mashing it with my other teeth, but not ideal.
And how long does this last? Like a week?
I'm not even in pain, guys. It's so dumb. I'm just so scared of dry socket. I talk about it in every video. It's my new identity. I have made getting my wisdom teeth out my whole personality. And we're gonna read some juicy confessions today. I love doing these confessions with Dan Dan because you guys have a lot of stories for Dan Dan. Like a lot of sexual stories for some reason.
Whoa.
So, bro, the corn and ranch.
Thank you.
Yeah, have you tried it? Oh wait,
I've
wait.
had this before.
So dumb.
No, I've had it before. It's so
Can't
good.
bite.
Okay, dip the corn and ranch.
Here you go.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
That looks good.
Hey.
Okay. Let's get into the confessions, shall we? Hey Stephanie, I just wanted to let you know how much I love you and the videos you make. Okay, now shall the story time begin? A few years ago, I was in a relationship with this guy. He was fine. He was smexy and buff. On our second date, we were getting naughty in the movies and decided to go to his place that was nearby. We kissed back to back and all of a sudden, I was on all fours. Whoa, look at that, it's going. He said, let me just eat my sandwich in peace and quiet. And then she said, but you know, I already had milk. Oh, but before the date, I had some Thai tea at home, and you already know it has milk inside of it, and I'm lactose intolerant. I could not hold in my fart while being hit from behind. I tried to move into a different position to see if I could, not let it out. He did not let me, and I ended up letting a small, tiny, innocent fart out. He asked me if I farted, and I lied. I said, fart? Who, me?
What's fart?
Obviously, I was embarrassed and I wanted it to end already. He acted as if nothing happened afterward, but after we were finished, he asked me again if I farted during sex, if that was a fart. Okay.
Dude, let it go.
Let it go. Okay, you guys, let's say something is happening. Something is happening and you hear a little toot, a cute one.
The girl that you've been dreaming.
Just Febreze the room. And then
You're gonna be
just
Febrezing in
Febreze
the
and then just
middle
keep going at
You're
it.
gonna pause it, Fabrice?
Yeah, Febreze and then go back.
Dude, she's gonna be traumatized, bro.
I'm like, don't worry, baby. I got Febreze.
Wait, I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse right now. Honey, what would you do?
I will try to let out a bigger fart.
I challenge you.
I told him I never farted, and he was probably hearing some stuff. I went home and I blocked him ASAP out of embarrassment. It's been a few years now, and guess what? We saw each other again at a friend's party. He saw me and came up to me, and as soon as I saw him coming, I ran. And when I said I ran to the bathroom, I locked myself in, and I texted my friend to help me get out of there. Of course, she never came because she was partying so hard. Eventually, I came out and saw him getting a lap dance by this random girl. I did not give a shit because of all the memories of me farting on his dick while having sex came flooding into my mind. So never have I ever been so embarrassed about having sex. I will blame it on that fucking Thai tea forever. You gotta let it go. When people fart during doing it, let it go.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
It's natural.
Just hold in the laughter and
Or hold in your nose.
This guy is really traumatizing people. He's just out here.
I mean, that's like a smart idea though, right?
Bro, she's gonna need some therapy after
Yeah.
that.
Oh, really?
Imagine you're
They're gonna be like, I met up with this guy named Dan.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I was on all fours.
Ew!
And then he Febreze in the middle.
Okay, the next confession. How I stole a client's car and ran half naked on the street being chased by a man throwing beer bottles at me. Wait,
What?
Wait, what? A client's car? Why are you half naked? This is embarrassing, but here goes nothing. Hi, let me say my name is James and I'm from South Africa. So when this took place, I was working in a car wash as one of the attendees who wash your car. Okay, that still doesn't understand why you're half naked. Okay. Who washed your car for you. By the way, I was 22 when this took place. I worked at a car wash and the owner was very reputable, a no-nonsense 50-year-old something man. And since the car wash had such a great reputation, car owners would often leave and just ask us to deliver their cars to them since they trusted us that much. Oh, that's kind of cool. Now, I was young. I was very, very, very crazy. So I came up with this crazy idea. I got my 2 best friends who were also my colleagues working at the car wash to join, and let's call them Damien and Hunter. I told them that whoever can pick up the most girls in the client's car and gets the most numbers wins, and loser will buy us a round of drinks when we go out, since 2 days from now is payday. Damien was a very wet blanket. Is that a saying?
Damien was a wet blanket. Like he's really
Like wet?
he's wet, really
Oh my god, it means a negative person who tends to ruin other people's good time. Because a wet blanket does ruin your time. Like a wet blanket is immediately a mood killer, isn't it?
True.
Like you lay in bed, why is it wet?
Right.
Yeah.
You look at your dog, he's eating his paw. There's slobber all over the sheets.
So he was like kind of like cock blocking.
Yeah, he's like, guys, we shouldn't be doing this with clients' cars. That's how I imagine it. Damien was a wet blanket, so he refused to play while Hunter and I started playing. I took a white BMW X5 when Hunter took a Land Rover Discovery. The plan was to pretend that these cars were ours and ask for girls' numbers in them. So after doing this, and luckily the girls didn't suspect anything, especially since I was still in my uniform, so I guess they'd never really noticed, I was ready to end the game and deliver the car to its rightful owner when boo, I see Chloe. Chloe was my crush from high school. But she always went after rich guys, so she never even noticed me because I didn't have money, so I'm not her type. I parked the car next to her, and as she's walking down the street, she smiled as her eyes lit up, looking at me. And I ended up asking for her number, and before she was gonna move from the window, she was leaning in and saw that I had a stethoscope in the back. And immediately she assumed I was a doctor.
Wow.
When I tell you that I had to lie that I was a doctor, I'm not lying, okay? Especially when I only realized that when she pointed it, there was a stethoscope there. This is now a bombshell of complications. So we end up going our separate ways and I deliver the car. When I get home, the first thing I do is call Chloe because she gave him her number, right? But the side of town I lived in, there was like close to no network coverage, so your boy had to climb on the bed and on the roof just to answer this phone call from his queen. We talked, and everything was peaches and cream until she wanted to see where I lived. Holy sweet mother of caramel. See, I live in a small house that my parents left me before they died. Okay, whoa. You can't just be like trauma dumping like that. So I definitely knew that if she saw where I lived, she would know that I wasn't a doctor. So I just pretend that I'm busy until she invited me to a restaurant for dinner. When I go to the restaurant, I wore my best outfit. The restaurant was so fancy, I wondered who between the two of us was gonna pay because my dumb thought that we'd be going out for KFC or something. So I didn't even bring that much money. Instead, this lady took me out to eat oysters. I mean, of all things, f***ing oysters. The oyster looked like it was gonna pounce off my plate and eat me before I ate it. Yeah. Also the prawns. It gave me the creeps. I don't want to be eating no food that's staring at me. Oh yeah, when they keep the head on. Looking at you.
Shrimps?
Yeah.
They look cute.
No, prawns at a fancy restaurant.
Is that not shrimps?
Yeah, but shrimp is like what you call it at a normal restaurant.
Ah.
And when you go to a fancy restaurant, it's prawn.
Oh.
Yeah, or a crustacean tower.
I'm learning so much today.
Maybe there is a difference. Maybe I'm too dumb to know. But I just know
They're big
prawn
shrimps.
equals $ sign.
You know.
Mashed fries are not bad. In the words of Chizu,
What's the word?
not bad.
But why would he lie though? He was gonna get caught. He's gonna get caught eventually.
Yeah, but that's his only shot to his childhood
but
crush.
if he wants a long-term relationship, it's
he probably knows he has no shot, maybe.
no chance.
Maybe she only dates like wealthy guys.
Now, we eat, and the waiter comes with a check, and when I saw that check, I'm telling you, I saw my salary for 3 whole months, and I was discombobulated. I don't even know if that's a real word, but now it is. She looked at me like she was expecting me to pay, and my wallet was like, no way, mother. We cannot afford. So I did the lamest trick in the book, and I asked to go to the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom, I lock myself in a little cubicle. I look at the wall and I ask myself, what the hell am I gonna do? And luckily, that was a smart idea, looking at the wall, because it gave me such a good idea. I looked at the small window and the window looked at me and I was like, I'm running. Okay? It was an uncomfortable squeeze out the window. I had to take my shoes off and jacket off before I could even fit through the thing. And when I finally did, I ran with my shoes in my hand and jacket tied around my waist all the way to my place. When I arrived back home, let me tell you that my house is on the other side of town. So when I arrived back home, I was sweatier than a pig in an oven, and then I heard my phone ring. I pull it out of my pocket and I see Chloe's name on the screen and I start panicking. But then I take a deep breath in.
Oh man, she's still gonna answer?
In the most calm, deep voice I spoke. Hello, my love. Ooh, that's not good. Sorry to drop you at dinner earlier, but an emergency came and I was needed for an operation at the hospital. Luckily, she bought it. And said there was no problem and we could meet next week since she wanted to introduce me to her friends. I foolishly agreed, and this is where it gets juicier than an orange. I went back to work and washed cars as usual. Now, when I was washing this black Mini Cooper, the owner was so rude and kept telling me that her car was expensive and I probably had never seen something so precious in my entire life, and that I was such a low life, like that. I didn't let it get to me because the next day I was going to meet Chloe and her friends, and the client with the BMW was going to bring it in for a wash, so, my plans were set. Everything was going well. Tomorrow comes, and I notice I don't have any casual attire fit for her group of friends, so I search the boot of the BMW at work during my lunch hour when the boss is out, and true to the universe who loves me so much, I found a Balenciaga suit.
Ooh.
Well, I think that maybe this was before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This story is getting a little wild,
So you borrowed it without
And
asking.
the suit happens to fit?
Alright, the universe is like aligned with them.
I slipped it on, fit like a glove. Damien kept warning me, that wet blanket kept warning me numerous times, don't do this. But I told him to stop being a wuss, and I got this figured out. And this is gonna be a straight in and out situation, and I'm not gonna get caught. I was wrong. When I arrived, Chloe introduces me to her friend who had their back turned to us as the wonderful doctor. And when the lady turned around, I realized it was the lady with the Mini Cooper.
What?
And the man next to her was the client whose car I was driving and whose suit I was wearing.
What?
Because quite a small world, eh? I wanted the ground to swallow me whole as the Mini Cooper lady erupted in laughter and told Chloe that I was no doctor but a low-life idiot who washes people's cars. Chloe tried to tell her that she may have gotten me confused with someone else, but then the client noticed me and was like, "Wait, are you delivering my car?" His friendly demeanor dissipated when he saw that I was wearing his clothes, and Brad turned into like an animal, a full-on lion, and grabbed me by my collar and spat in my face, telling me to take his clothes off, while the Mini Cooper girl laughed, telling him to beat me up as I was shaking with fear in a restaurant full of people. I took off the suit while people took videos, and Chloe stood frozen in place while I was left only with my boxers on. And just to paint the picture, I'm tall and very thin, but not that thin, but average-sized. I like it. That's a really good... now it's like in my head. Now I see you. I see you in your boxers. When I take off the clothes, I sprinted out of there like a springbok running while the client was chasing me and throwing bottles at me while Mini Cooper lady just kept yelling that I was a lowlife, and I've never ran this fast in my entire freaking life. Needless to say, Chloe never spoke to me until this day. And truthfully speaking, I did all those things because I knew that she wouldn't go out with me if she knew that I was just someone who washes cars. I also got fired from the job, but I ended up coming back on my feet, and I won a cooking competition and won money with the prize money, and I started my own car wash. Wow! And I plan on expanding it soon. I was forgetting about Chloe until...
There's more?
Until... ... I'm gonna leave you in suspense. That's it.
You're gonna make us think.
Unless...
Unless... Wait, That's kind of crazy. I don't know how I would respond if someone was using my car and wearing my clothes.
I'd be kind of mad.
I don't think I would make them strip though. I'd just be like, oh, this is really awkward.
Well, cheers, babe.
Yo.
But that was like the best ranch dip too. Yeah, the wings are the best, y'all.
WingStop.
Sandwich actually is really good.
Really?
Very juicy, not dry at all.
How do you compare it to like KFC or Popeyes?
I feel like it's better.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like it's better.
KFC low-key like downgraded.
I
But
feel like
these are good.
Popeyes glue up. The first time I tried Popeyes, I didn't love it. The chicken sandwich.
I feel like the flavor on these chicken sandwiches are very good.
Next, confession. So my crazy confession is that I let one of my opponents win so that I could see her lose miserably in the next match. So my opponent, let's call her A. A is a classmate and is totally annoying, like a pick-me and all of that. So we were gonna go against each other in a table tennis match, and I knew that she was bad, like really, really bad. So I'd already won a lot of times against her in a table tennis match, so I let her win this one so I could literally see her get crushed in the next matches. And this was kind of the highest level match in our school, so I knew what was coming for her. And honestly, I feel kind of bad, but what's done is done. Okay, can I just say something? My mom is a table tennis champion. I don't know in what realm. I just know she calls herself a champion. I don't know exactly which fucking championships she's won. But when I tell you there's drama in table tennis, there's drama in table tennis, okay? You think it's just cute? You think it's tabletop ping pong? No, there's fucking drama. These ajumas and ajushis playing table tennis on their off days, I mean, they go crazy. They go hard.
They
Yeah.
put their whole soul into it.
Yeah, they do.
And then when they hit hard, like that's
it's
when
personal.
You know. Yeah, it's personal.
This is the next confession. The story of homie hopping and my search for good penis. You know,
What did you say?
homie hopping? It's
Like a friend group?
Yeah, you sleep with like you hop between the homies.
Oh wow.
Like a homie hopper.
Holy crap.
Honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Here's what I think about homie hopping, okay? You're not real homies if you're sleeping with the same person. What's it got to do with the third party? What's it got to do with the girl or the guy that's sleeping with all their friends? It's the friend's problem. And my search for some good penis. It's a long search. It's a long journey. Good luck. So like everyone else, I was not going to do this because I told myself I would take this to the grave, but here I am telling it to you three beautiful people.
Oh, thank you.
So sweet.
How do you know there's three? It's creepy. I like it. So this is the story of me being a hoe and failing miserably to get some good penis. This story starts off with me breaking up with my ex-boyfriend. We had gotten together and immediately were sexually attracted to each other. And let me tell you, he was amazing. He really was. Like, I can't even talk shit about him once we broke up either because I was super sad about the breakup, but I still miss the pineapple the most.
The nuts.
Granted, I did mess around with him after we broke up, but I saw his ugly personality and I left. Plus, he was also a low-key drug dealer, so he always smelled really gross. Wait, is that a prerequisite? You have to smell gross? But also, you were saying that I can't even talk about him. I thought that this guy was nice.
Yeah.
I thought this guy was good. You're like, no, just the peanuts were good. Everything else was stinky, terrible, disgusting, vile.
Is that what she's saying?
Basically.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she said stinky personality, ugly personality. He's a low-key drug dealer who smells really gross. It's like the trifecta of horrendous ex-boyfriends, no? Guy number one. Fast forward a couple months where I'm finally not heartbroken and I'm looking for a rebound. I had always gone for the bad boy type and I told myself to pick a nice guy for once. What a mistake that was. I started talking to this guy that I had known since high school and we finally got around to making out. But girl, when I tell you that this man was terrible, he was absolutely foul. He asked me multiple times, is this okay? He would put his arm around me or touch my hand and be like, is this okay? And
Is that you?
No.
he said,
You don't,
no.
No, I go. No.
Whoa!
And as much as I love consent and I was very appreciative of him, when I make it perfectly clear that I do not want you to continue asking, why are you asking? When we finally got to kissing, he kissed like a goddamn chicken. And for a brief moment, he tried to put his tongue in my mouth.
Okay.
You're not gonna reenact that one?
No. That's freaking weird.
Ow. And just shoved shoved it in my mouth like we were playing Chubby Bunny.
Her mouth was closed?
Like, yeah, basically
And
he's just...
so this is the tongue and she
Yes.
tried to like do this?
Yeah, like forcing the tongue in.
Oh no.
I wish I was joking when I tell you he was terrible. He then went down on me and he was straight up kissing. Like, not, but kissing my kitty cat. Like, that's what he's doing. Also to note, he was also super, super, super skinny. So if I wrapped my legs around him, my thighs of thunder would have suffocated him. And you know what they say about skinny guys, right? You know what they say, right?
What?
Well, wrong. Okay, there's like a myth that super skinny guys are packing and they know how to pack their boxes. They're like a whole ass warehouse delivery center and they deliver, Yeah, like I'm talking 2-day delivery, like Prime Day shipping, yeah.
So instant.
No. That's not.
I don't know where we're going at. I don't know where we're going.
They're supposed to be good in bed. They're supposed to be really good in bed, right?
Okay.
Fucking wrong. That's a damn lie. He whipped it out. And Stephanie, when I tell you it was small, it was downright small. I could hold it between my fingers. And take into consideration, I am very petite, okay? So my hand size is pretty small. And I thought that he had good hygiene and ate well, and that was a damn lie. He smelled like straight up swamp. So I pretended that I was tired and I scooted out of there. So tired. Goodbye. Now to present time, we're good friends and he's very in love with me, but I will not give him a chance after that.
Hygiene, guys.
Oh, you want to know how important hygiene is?
Very important.
Wrist cheese. That's how traumatized I am by men.
Wrist what?
Wrist
is it?
cheese.
What's that?
Wrist cheese. Okay. I used to work at this watch place, like a very fancy watch brand. And a lot of the watches are on bracelets, like metal links. Women come in to get their watch service. They're like, I've had this watch for 30 years. 50 years. It's been passed down by my mom and my mom's mom. I take the wrist off, brand new spanking condition, right? And she's like, oh my God, I never take it off. Like I put on lotion with it on. I'm like, ma'am, don't worry. I could basically lick this and not get an infection. It's fine.
Okay.
I get guys walk in. They're like, so I bought this last month. I need to get it serviced. They put it down. In between the metal links, there's like dead skin flakes. Like it's almost this cheesiness. It's so gross. It's like cheese. We called it wrist cheese, and it would just have this dank.
Bro.
From a watch?
Like between the links, yeah, because it's on your hand. So it's like a lot of like.
And it's actually thick, like the cheese is thick.
Yeah, it's like grease in between.
In between the links.
This is white?
It's like
It's like yellow, bro.
Yeah,
it's like cheese.
cheesy. I mean, some of them are clearer than others, but a lot of it.
It's forbidden cheese, yes.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah, some of them were really bad.
Yeah. And
So
it's
how do
like,
you react? Like,
I would literally put on my black
she will
velvet
take out her
gloves.
French fries.
That's when I knew. Anytime this guy or any guy in my life touches anything I'm about to eat, consume with their bare hands, that's a sign. Don't eat it. You don't know where his hands have been. Guy number 2. Shortly after guy number 1, I went looking for another piece of man meat. And how terribly I failed at this one. So I went for a friend in guy number 1's friend group. Granted, it was my friend group too, but it was guy number 1's first. So, skinny boy, she goes after his friend group. I could climb him like a tree. He was this tall. Guy number 2 was this tall. He was fine as hell. He had this deep voice and everything, and he had these gigantic hands.
well, you know what that means.
Oh, but how looks can be so deceiving. Again, should have learned my lesson from guy number 1, but I did not. This man was not equally as bad, but let me tell you, it was a waste of a body. Yeah, he was into giving more than receiving. He asked me to sit on his face. Wait, I feel like this was like a family-friendly channel at one point. No.
Not anymore.
I did so thinking that because he liked to give more than he received, he would be really good, right? I mean, yeah, that's a very good logical assumption to make. Lies. He was basically just licking my thighs.
Like the whole night?
And as much as I tried directing him to the correct location, he could not find
Yes.
my corn, even if it had a big ass red X on it. He then proceeded to whip it out And I was downright disappointed. I was disappointed. He was equally as small as guy number 1, and he was significantly taller and more built. So what's going on? After this guy, I just knew that my big peanut detector was completely broken. He did not have the motion of the ocean, so it was really, really bad. I tried a couple more times with him, and he did not live up to his looks. Fast forward months later, I ended up liking the guy, and he liked me, but I shut him down because although I know activity is not the cornerstone to every relationship, I at least need someone who is, like decently okay. Fast forward a month or so. After I reject him, he starts talking to another girl in our friend group. Okay, what's going on in this friend group? This friend group needs friend therapy. Yeah, what's going on? So they are now happily dating, but we swore never to let anyone in our friend group know that we messed around because it would break his girlfriend's heart and our friend group would hate us. Okay. I don't know what's worse. I feel like guy number 1 is still worse. I don't know. They're both so bad. The hygiene gets me. I'm thinking like instead of wrist cheese, it's peanut cheese. Guy number 3. This is definitely where you can call me a homie hopper. If there aren't there to sample, then why are there so many guys? I like that.
What did she say?
If they aren't there to sample, why are there so many? Come on now. Either way, I went for one more guy in the friend group and I stooped so low for this man. I have a well enough ego and self-confidence, it's kind of high. So I would 100% consider myself a very beautiful Latina woman. And this man was no worthy of my looks. No, he wasn't. But I was desperate. I was horn dog. I was horny. He was about my same height, which says a lot because I'm petite. And although I love short kings, they're just not for me. He was shaped like a thumb. That's a weird shape. And was always giving me secondhand embarrassment. This man was honestly a bit bigger than the other 2, and he was pretty good overall, but Jesus, the idea that I was with him sexually embarrassed me to no avail. Enough embarrassment that my best friends to this day do not know that I f***ed him. Fast forward, we mess around for a bit since I am again desperate, but this one day, I text him asking if he wanted to hang out, and he proceeds to tell me that he's talking to someone and things are starting to get serious and would feel bad if she found out. They had been talking for weeks prior to me and him messing around, so what the hell is that? I immediately back off. I literally contemplated if my gives off good luck to people so they can find a new girlfriend right after me. I made him swear to take our little mess around to the grave because, again, he was in the same friend group as guy number 1 and guy number 2. I felt insanely bad for the girl because I swear I didn't even know that she existed when we were messing around, and I would not have messed around with him if I knew. They are now in a very healthy and committed relationship, but I always feel bad thinking about that he was messing around with me while talking to her. These 3 guys were all in 2020 and 2021. Fast forward to now, 2022. I have finally found someone that is amazing and literally the most attractive man in the world, but is also 2 years older than me, and I feel like he's quite literally the perfect boyfriend material, but I know he is not ready to settle down. So he sent me a lot of mixed messages. I could see myself getting into a relationship with this guy, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I know I deserve better, but my I can fix him, I can make him fall for me complex, is really strong. If I end up getting into a situationship with this man, you and everyone watching are my witnesses. But low-key, please pray for me that he ends up liking me because I would very much like to have this man as my boyfriend. And finally, just a little piece of advice to the ladies out there. If you are confused, then he doesn't like you. If he likes you, he will make it very clear and you will know. Either way, I absolutely love your channel and I watch every video and listen to every single podcast. I love the relationship that you and your fiance have. It is absolutely adorable. And I hope to have something as healthy in my future.
What the
Just like 12 hours ago, I was plotting a crime of passion. Like this motherfucker is eating some chips in front of me. Motherfucker. Den, love you the most.
Oh, thank you.
I feel betrayed. Hope everyone enjoyed my tale of finding a good piece of man meat. Honestly, that's a saga. That's a journey. That could be a Netflix show.
Netflix show, yes.
Like every episode is another dude.
It's a different show.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, we should have a homie hopping Netflix show. It's so easy to homie hop guys, I think. Well, guys are easy. Second thing. I was watching this TikTok and it's so accurate. And it's a bunch of girls being like, what do guys talk about when they hang out? Because anytime they meet with their mutual guy friends, none of them have any idea what's going on in each other's lives. None of them, ever. There's a quote from this dude who was like, oh yeah, that guy was my best friend for like 3 years. I never knew his name though. We like sat next to each other at work or something. Never knew the guy's name.
No, but guys, no, it's like that though. I think girls think we talk about girls, but we talk about the most random things, like most simplest things, like sports or I don't know, like, you know?
It's nothing.
Yeah.
That's true. Like I was telling Stephanie, like I had roommates when I was young, and there was like I think 4 of us, all guys.
Yeah.
Wow. Like it's like we don't even talk. There's like we just coexist under this house. None of us even know like what's going on with each other. And it was very like. Yeah, very chill. Like, I was like, we never talk. There's nothing ever happens. Like,
yeah, it's interesting. And then have you seen all the TikToks of the girlfriends that are like, why do guys only get basic level drama? So like the boyfriends will go out and hang out with the guys, have a guys' night, and they come home and they're like washing up and they're casually like, oh yeah, so Kevin broke up with his girlfriend. What happened? I don't know. You didn't ask questions?
Yo, so true. So
no,
true.
he just said they broke up. So then you gotta write a list. Next time you see Kevin, ask him, when did it happen? Who did it first? Who instigated it? Were the problems there all along? When did the problems start?
Right.
You're gonna ask all these questions. Why do you guys not ask follow-up questions? I just think that's irresponsible at this point.
yeah, agreed.
Wow, is this how you... Okay, next confession. How I became a compulsive liar. Okay, I like it. It's the honesty that's ironic for me. All my life, I have always had self-esteem issues. Being overweight since childhood really took a toll on my mental health. Because of all the bullying, my social skills really took a hit, and I ended up developing really bad social anxiety. When I started middle school, I was fortunate enough to make great friends that actually cared for me. And for that, I will always be grateful. But one aspect of the typical middle school social life I never had the confidence to seek out was dating. Once I got into 8th grade, it seemed like everybody was dating someone. After another day of being forced to watch all these hormonal tweens go above and beyond to display their gross PDA, I just became so miserable. It also didn't help that I had a lot of issues going on at home, as well as dealing with my anxiety, my blossoming depression. I never really had a crush on anyone, and I started to think that there was something wrong with me. At this time, I also started to get into like a screamo rock music type of vibe and slowly started to delve into the emo lifestyle. I then went down the rabbit hole into emo culture, and after a late night of looking at pictures of people in the typical emo getup, I stumbled upon a picture of a guy that I totally fell head over heels for. Now you're probably thinking, aw, like this is one of those fake boyfriend stories, right? And you're right, but it got a bit out of hand. Side note to mention before I really get into this story, I wanted to mention that I always wanted to be an author. Like I would make up characters and their background stories, but like kind of same. Did you guys do that?
No, a little bit.
Like when you're in like a long car ride or something, you're like zoning out.
Before I fall asleep, I used to.
Oh wait, I do that.
Oh
sometimes.
yeah.
You do that too?
Yeah.
Like imagine you're the hero and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, back when I was a kid, I would sit there and then I would I'd be telling off my bullies.
Oh.
Yeah, and I would have like the juiciest comebacks.
Like glory.
Yeah, but it's like
Glory.
the comebacks were really like cringe. Very
Do you
bad.
remember any?
No, but it's definitely on the vibe of I know you are, but what am I? Like that's the energy that I was
Yeah,
giving.
that's the
so
most effective one.
I gotta really work on it. Okay.
Chinese has similar one. We're just like we call it like fantan, which is bounce back.
Oh my god, this guy used to do that when we like maybe like last year. I would
It's
say
like
something.
you insult me, and I'm like bounce back.
I forgot what was
But that's
happening.
kind of like talk to my head.
Bro, it was so bad. I think it was like the first time I was joking around and I was like, oh my god, you're so dumb. And all of a sudden, out of
Bounce
nowhere,
back.
he goes, bounce back. And I'm like, oh, what's so wrong with me?
Like what? You good?
13-year-old me got this big brain energy idea. I'll make up an older fake boyfriend and it will totally make me more popular. So I used the picture of that hot emo guy and I used my story making skills to make up a whole life story, family members, friends. I mean, I went the whole 9 yards. For my friends at school, I told them that I met the guy online and that he went to another high school. I would come up with all these cool stories of like what he and his friends did. At the same time, you know, people in my grade, they heard about my boyfriend and thought it was so cool that I was dating a high schooler who also happened to be a model. Yeah, that's how I explained how his pictures were on Google. Yeah, he's a model. So one day I thought, hey, if my friends think I'm so cool, my family would also think I'm cool if I told them about my boyfriend. So I started telling my mom and occasionally my aunts all these cute stories and showing them pictures. But the different approach I took with my family is telling them that he went to my school. I would tell my mom every day about seeing him in the halls, like fake text messages between us and a bunch of other stuff. But then one day, my mom said that I should invite him over. It had been like almost a big year of this huge charade, and she said that she was really starting to like the guy. So I panicked. After a few days, I came home crying and said that over the weekend, my boyfriend and his family suddenly moved to Florida, and we broke up. My mom was not really thinking about it and just accepted the whole thing. But as a few weeks went by, I found that I really missed the attention of my mom being so attentive during my school days due to the little relationship stories. It was like a whole other thing that came to an end. She went back to paying minimal attention to me. I decided this was not it, and I brought it back. I brought the whole saga back. I told her that we're doing long distance. You know, I faked more stories, more text, and everything, and my mom went back to normal. But this time around, instead of the satisfaction with the attention, I started to feel really, really guilty. But I was also too scared to tell her the truth because it had been almost 2 years of all these lies. So, of course, my big brainness made a comeback. The next thing to end this story was to kill him off.
Kill what off?
Kill the boy off. She was going Game of Thrones red wedding. He's dead. He's cut out of her life. Yeah, I told her this whole story of how he was walking to school and got hit by a car. I told her the car had a hood ornament that stabbed him. And due to internal bleeding, he died.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I know this should not be a laughing matter, but like he's not real, so he's not dead.
Right.
And it's just a very, very bizarre way to get out of it. I cried a few tears and I moved on. Fast forward a couple of days, I get a text from my mom that she was going to pick me up from school at the end of the day. I didn't really think anything of it. When I got in the car, the radio was off and my mom was gripping the wheel. When I asked her what was wrong, she said, I called your guidance counselor asking about the fake boyfriend, and I wanted to send my condolences to his family.
Whoa.
Let me tell you, I went into full panic mode. I was sweating, shaking, and my face felt like it was on fire. My mother then proceeded to tell me that the guidance counselor told her that there was never a student by that name that she had given. When she looked at me, I burst into tears, and I just gave up the whole truth. What hurts the most wasn't the guilt, but the final words my mom had said to me for the rest of the day. She said, well, looks like you really are a good storyteller. That's really messed up.
Wow.
Wait, isn't that a good thing though?
No, okay, so here's how I feel about this. Like, I don't even think that you should feel guilty that you went through a compulsive liar phase, because the fact that you had to lie to get attention from your parents at that age is, like, that's not on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why people develop these habits, right?
Yes.
I also lied a lot growing up because my grandma is so insane. So I had to lie.
Basically, he would accidentally make a mistake. His grandma is the type to not accept mistakes.
Yeah, there's nothing,
So-
like, sometimes it's not even mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be, I get sick. You catch a cold, right?
Yeah.
Catch a cold is
Normal.
normal. For
Yes.
people, normal parents is like, oh my God, let me take care of you.
Yes.
For me, it's like, I get a beating on top of that.
You better get your ass to school.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like my illness causes inconvenience. It's gonna affect their life, and also it's gonna affect like study, for example. So it's like there's reasons why kids do these things. So
It's been 8 years since this happened. And I've had incidents where I do start to make up these big lies, but I've gotten better about stopping myself before I go too far. I'm sad to say that my relationship with my mom has never been the same. She never really has been able to trust anything I say anymore, constantly second guessing me. I know it's my fault, but it still hurts. Love you, Bis. Your videos have really helped me focus on something other than my depression. I don't know. I don't think you should blame yourself for any of that, because that's crazy. Also, I heard it's normal for kids to go through a lying phase.
I mean, I'm sure we all,
Yeah, it's like part of
every
the
single
brain
people
development.
in the world
Yeah,
have
yeah.
lied, like
Yeah.
when we were younger.
Yeah.
You know, like especially when we're younger.
Yeah, but that's crazy that she still holds it against you 8 years later. Like, you were in 8th grade. Like, I imagine your parents are holding something against you when you're in the 8th grade.
Like, did 8 years ago?
But you think about it, if like that's your kid, one day that you found out this is what your kid did, right? I feel like I would go through like a questioning phase of, oh,
What did I
happened?
do?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, is there something missing, right? Is it me? Did I do something? Am I not paying attention? Like, versus just...
Yeah.
Oh,
or
it's
like
his
have a sit down conversation and try to figure out why they're lying and how I can help.
Exactly.
And like why it got to this point. Like what's going on in their life that I don't know about clearly. It's so
But clearly the mom didn't care. She just went back to ignoring the kid.
This is a story about a wild night that I had my senior year of high school. Also, I love you too. Don't you forget it. Me too. Okay, so this is a story about a wild night that I had my senior year of high school. My dad's side of the family is pretty outgoing and comfortable with the almost legal kids smoking weed and or drinking. Like, we're a huge Mexican family, so it's not super uncommon. My tia, which is aunt in Spanish, has 4 daughters, all close to my age, who threw this huge party that spring. Now, let me tell you, my 4 cousins are the biggest stoners I've ever met, and their mom, my tia, she knew about it, and she often smokes with them. But anyway, my tia made sure to make jungle juice, jello shots, tequila-infused gummy bears for the party. Like, I want to be that aunt.
Honey?
You know, it's just such a cool aunt, though. Okay, sorry.
Sophie,
call me. I was kind of worried at first because I had never drank alcohol or done drugs. But once that alcohol and weed hit my system, I was living. Okay? I remember dancing all night and just having the best time. And then, it's like time was frozen. One of my cousin's older friends walked into the party. He was so hot. He had fair skin, blue eyes, these adorable glasses. Did it look like that?
Hope not.
And a hat on. He looked like a jacked, sexy ass Harry Potter.
Are you sure that wasn't me? Because I did went to a house. Oh, never mind.
He said, never mind. I tried to control myself, but I just couldn't help it. I kind of followed him all throughout the party until it started to wind down a bit. I was sitting alone on the trampoline that my cousins had set up in the backyard. He walked over to me and said, I know you were following me around the party. My heart fell to my ass, okay? I start to panic and I stumble over my words and I'm trying to explain myself, but he cuts me off and he told me, it's okay. Because he thought I was cute. We talked for what seemed like forever that night while passing a bottle of Svedka back and forth. Then he stops talking and just stares into my soul before swooping in for a kiss.
Ooh, smooth Harry Potter.
Smooth Harry Potter. Harry Potter could never. That's giving some Draco energy, okay? We start making out. And as he's putting his tongue in my mouth, his left hand starts going down to my cheesy fries. I quickly grab his hand and tell him wait because I was on my period. He said okay and asked if I wanted to continue making out in his car. We went to his car and we continued making out. I wanted to do so much more with him so badly, but my bitch-ass period had to be the biggest cockblock of the fucking century. But anyway, I pulled away from him and looked into his eyes as I slowly touched his pineapple, which was extremely hard. Okay.
How hard?
No! He definitely got the, I bit my lips and I licked my lips. Are you okay?
My lips are dry.
Okay. Well, she licked her lips and as a signal to tell him I wanted to give him that sloppy toppy super extreme soaker Gok 9000.
Dang.
He definitely got the hint. And he lifted up his shirt a little. Bro, this is like, if you're on Book Talk, why do guys be doing that? He was trying to do that the other day to me. Like, in a joke, in a jokey way, okay? You know where they lift up the shirt, so they just, like, show a little bit of abs, and then here's how he killed it. Can you do the waistband noise?
What is it?
He lifts up his shirt, I see his abs, and then... bruh, and then he goes... Ever since I turned 30, these pants feel tight. I'm like, oh no.
Oh my god.
This is the what is it? The
Pre-dad bod?
Pre-sign of, what is it?
Oh, this is the first warning sign.
First warning sign of dad bod.
Yeah.
It's coming, bro.
Bro, I'll be in the other room and I just hear. He definitely got the hint. Lifted up his shirt a little so I could unbutton his pants. This was the first time I had given the Gok Gok 9000, but let me tell you, that bottle of Svedka and the 2 blunts I smoked were giving me the courage that I needed. He was almost about to finish and I thought, you know, what will really send him over the edge so that he really never forgets about this night? When he finished, I caught it in the mouth, swallowed it, and then I kept giving him that sloppy toppy super extreme soaker Gok Gok 9000.
God dang.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
This is crazy.
Do you need to drink some water?
Yes.
My lord.
Oh my god.
He let out the biggest moan I had ever heard and quickly but gently pushed me off of him. I guess he couldn't take it. Once he caught his breath, he looked at me slowly and said it was the best Gok Gok 9000 he'll probably ever get. I never saw him again, but I often wonder if he thinks about me, because I sure do. Girl, I'm gonna be thinking about you too, okay? like this is crazy. This is insane. We're gonna end it there because I'm gonna be thinking about this for the rest of today. Are you guys gonna be thinking about it? These are some crazy. I feel like I'm reading Wattpad stories. It's so good.
That was a good story.
Ay, ay, ay.
Good confession.
Ay, ay, ay. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check out Love and Pie's link in the description, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.